Hello. Today's dish is going to be a vegetable lasagna. The reason I'm calling it a vegetable lasagna, you could omit the meat that I'm making in the marinara sauce and have a truly grade A vegetarian marinara sauce or red sauce. It's not a problem, and this is not meant to be a vegetarian dish, but you could do it. What we're going to do here is use this spaghetti squash instead of pasta. Now that kind of makes it a less high carbohydrate food, and if you're doing a gluten-free or flour-free diet or whatever that stuff is, you could certainly use this. If you've never done this before and used the spaghetti squash for the pasta ingredient in anything, you really should try it, because this is really a great way to go. And I wanted to get started showing you. Now this is it's a pretty good spaghetti squash. It will probably serve 4 to 5 people in pasta. Okay, and what you do, this first part is the hardest part, is you kind of cut it down the middle like that. Pull that back out a little bit and go the other way. You just have to kind of cut it down the middle and get it cut in half. These are hard winter squashes. They're similar to pumpkin, acorn squash, all that stuff. This one, when it cooks, comes out like little noodles. So you just open it up like that, like I just did, and you scrape the seeds out. And I can do that right here. Just like that. And you don't keep scraping until you have everything, because it's not that important. Just kind of get it generally clean like that. And I'll do the other side right here real quick. Just use a spoon and scrape it out. And that's really how that is. It's pretty quick. And then, I just throw the seeds out. If you want to bake the seeds and have pumpkin seeds or something, you certainly can do that. Whatever. Anyway, and I have a prepared cookie sheet right here. You go cut side down. And then I'm going to take just about a cup of water and I'm going to pour in this tray just to prevent the sugars from the squash just sticking to the tray. It helps kind of dissolve those things even though they bake off. Now I'm going to stick this in an oven, 375 degrees, for roughly an hour until the top is soft. It's hard now, but until the top is soft, and then when I get this done, I'll take it and scrape it out, and it'll come out like pasta. It's pretty good. You'll check it out. We'll see it in just a second. Thanks. So I wanted to show you what these spaghetti squash are going to do. These have been oven roasted now for, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. And when you take them out, now these are still really, really hot. And I'll start it right here and show you. You have to have something to hold them because they're really hot. You just take a fork like this, and you rake across it. And you can, I don't know if you can see that, but the little spaghetti strings just come right out of it. You can see them. See them? They're just, I'll zoom in and show you, but they're just like that. It's just spaghetti strings, and I'll let the thing and you just rake and rake and rake and rake, and out come your replacement for pasta in a squash form. It has a very neutral taste, doesn't even taste squashy. Tastes like vegetable pasta. Alright, so I'm going to zoom in now and let you see it, and then we'll go from there. Thanks. This is raking it out just like that, and that is still just way too hot. That's been out of the oven for at least 20 minutes, and it's still just way too hot. But you can see, you just rake until you get it all done. And then right there, you have a half a bowl full of pasta noodles that you just put a red sauce on. Now, I have tried different sauces. Red sauce, okay? Fettuccine doesn't go so good with this. But anyway, that's that. Just wanted to show you. I'm back. Now we're going to start making a basic red sauce for the vegetable lasagna. And I'm going to start with a hot pan, and I just pour some olive oil down the bottom of that. And then I'm going to start with some onions. And I have a little over a cup of onions, I guess. That's one medium onion. And one medium bell pepper, which is about a little more than a cup. And about half of a fennel bulb, which looks about 2 cups. And I'm going to go about half of the garlic I have. That much garlic is about, I'm going to say 3 heaping tablespoons. They're small cloves, so I had used a bunch of them. It's hard for me to say 2 cloves. If they're all small, it means different. But that's about 3 tablespoons, and I'm going to do about half of it to start with in the frying part. And the rest of it I'm going to put in a little bit later because garlic can burn really quick. And then you don't get any garlic flavor. So I reserve some of the garlic to put in after so I get garlic flavor and I don't burn it all up. But anyway, I'm going to put this in here like this. Then I'll put a little bit of garlic salt in here as well. And then I'm going to get this sauteing so that the vegetables release some of their flavor. And then we'll go from there. Basically, making a sauce has 2 parts. You saute the vegetables, and then you add liquid and stew it, and you get the rest of the flavor together. So you got saute part and stew part. And in this particular case, this is going to be a short stew, just about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll have a pretty good sauce. Be back in a sec. Hi, I'm back. Okay. And these vegetables here are starting to clear, or even turn a little bit brown. And at this point, I'm going to add some sausage meat. Now this is Italian sausage out of the cases, and you can put in meat if you like, or if you don't, it's up to you. This is a basic tomato sauce, and it doesn't require it. It's just that I like it, so I'm making it. If you want to go vegetarian, you can omit this part completely. But I'm gonna stir this meat in here and get just a little bit of color on it, and then from there I'll add the tomatoes and make a quick sauce, and I'll be back to show you that. Thanks. Okay, I'm back to the next stage here. Now I've put the meat in and I've gotten a little bit of color on it. It's not all stuck together in one clump anymore. It's kind of broken up in little pieces. It's not fully cooked, but we're going to continue cooking, and it will. But at this point, what I'm going to do is add the big can, which is 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes, and I'm going to do 2 of those. There's 1, and there's 2, and then the other thing I'm going to add here is a can, a smaller can. This is the 15-ounce can or 14.5-ounce can of diced tomatoes. And I'll stir that in. That really should be enough liquid. And it'll come to a boil, and as soon as it does, I will turn it down. Well, give me just a second here and stir this in. And I'll show you what I'm going to do here. So at this point, I'm going to add the rest of the garlic. Now, the garlic's going to cook in here, but because it's not frying, it doesn't burn fast. And you'll get the garlic flavor and cook down, and it won't be, you know, like an atrocious bite of eating raw garlic, but you'll still get plenty of garlic flavor. Yeah, that's coming right now. And there's something else that I like to put in my sauces. You don't have to put in yours, but I like to put in mine because they're kind of flavoring little balls, and that's mushrooms. I chop some mushrooms. It's about, I'm going to say 2/3 of a pound of sliced mushrooms. And I will stir those in. You don't have to fry those in, because if you fry them at the fry stage, they'll turn soft and mushy. And then by the time you go to stewing them, they will break down completely and disappear. So really not necessary. But you can see this is a kind of a beautiful sauce. Now, the other things that I'm going to add to this is pepper. And it'll be a substantial amount of pepper. It's to your taste, but I don't know, whatever that is. And then I'm going to add about a tablespoon of dried basil. Yeah, that's about that. And a little more garlic salt. Simple stirs. And now that that's starting to boil, I'm going to turn that fire down to medium and let it simmer there. And it looks to me that I might need to put just a little bit of water in this, which I will do off camera. And then I'm going to let this cook for about 15 minutes or so. And it should be perfect for building our sauce. We'll be back. Okay, so my red sauce is done. And I'm going to take just a little bit of sauce here and put it in a casserole dish. Coat the bottom of that thing. And then I'll take a little bit of, oh, that's hot. Put just a layer of this stuff down. This, I'm sorry, the spaghetti squash. That's what this is. A layer of spaghetti squash down. Cover that. Cover the bottom. And then I'll sprinkle a little cheese. This is some mozzarella cheese over it. And then take a pretty good layer of sauce and pour over that. Basically, a lasagna is just kind of that layered sauce, vegetables, pasta. In this case, we're using the spaghetti squash instead of regular pasta. And I'll just do another layer here. Spread that out. Wow, that is so hot. Even now, it's been a half an hour since I took that out of the oven, and it's still hot. So let's do it like this. Looks like we're only going to get one layer in here. Yeah, it looks pretty good. This is just spreading it out like they're noodles, which they kind of are. Like that. And I'm going to sprinkle some more mozzarella over that. Okay, and then one more layer of sauce. Then I'm going to put this in the oven for about 15 minutes, just enough to melt that cheese. Maybe not even take that long. And then we'll be done to serve. Now, what's beautiful about this is that at this point, or even later after you take it out of the oven, is you can cut this up, put it in smaller containers, freeze it, take it to work with you. It makes a pretty good lunch. Makes everybody jealous of how you got that. They didn't get that. And on top of this one, I'm going to put some grated Parmesan instead of mozzarella. I'm going to shake this over it. Maybe I will add some mozzarella to it as well, because it looks like it needs a little extra love in there. And come on, you're making a lasagna, what's not to like? Put some cheese on it, right? So, you'll get both kinds of cheese here. And I'm going to wipe my hands here. And I will put this in the oven. It's sitting at about 375 right now. I'll put that in the oven just for a few minutes, and we'll be back. Thanks. Okay, I'm back, and this lasagna is perfectly cooked. It looks delicious. It looks wonderful. I know that it is because it's not my first time making it, but it is my first time sharing it with you. You can see it's just cheesy, and this spaghetti squash pasta, it's all mixed in there really good, really lovely. This is a delight. It's really healthy for you, and I think that if once you make something like this, it'll be a family favorite in an instant. Really, it's just wonderful. Please like my page or subscribe or any of those things that are down there. Share it with your friends on Facebook. I really appreciate when you do that, and it helps me out too. And remember, your favorite food, your favorite flavor, you have yet to taste. Enjoy.